Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Ballast Wrestling Podcast right here on Spreaker.com. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about WWE Tuesday Night SmackDown Live. Now, as you knew from last week's episode of SmackDown, Curt Hawkins is officially coming back to the WWE. He released his first ever official promo to his return. Now, here's a question for all of you listening. Question is this: what are your thoughts about WWE bringing back Curt Hawkins? My thoughts are simple. I love the idea that they're bringing him back. This, to me, seems like the right time and the right place to bring him back. Now, if they can either put him with Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, or have a match with him against Zack Ryder, either way, those two types of matches are fantastic matches in my opinion. My opinion would also be, if you don't do any one of those, then do this. Put Curt Hawkins in the title run for the Intercontinental Championship. May not have to be right away like at No Mercy. It could be at the next pay-per-view, but somewhat soon put him in the title picture. Even if he loses a match for the number one contendership for the title, as long as he's in the picture for the title, that will just bring him that much closer to what he is already, a superstar. So, in my opinion, Curt Hawkins will be doing great. If WWE does great by him, they will be making him look like $1 million. So, another topic. Again, Tuesday Night SmackDown Live, September 20th, 2016's episode. Right now it is 7:53 on Tuesday, September 20th, 2016. And I am here not only to talk about Curt Hawkins, but about many other great storylines that are going on right now in the WWE Tuesday Night SmackDown picture with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Another thing, they're trying on the Raw brand, I know this is SmackDown's episode, but on the Raw brand, they're trying to do possibly maybe Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. In my opinion, that doesn't seem like a good match. Chris Jericho is a star in and of itself. Let's get that out of the way. Chris Jericho's made himself a star for over the past 12, 13 years in the WWE. He has made himself a star already. Right off the bat. Now, to put Sami Zayn against him, to make him look better, to make him look like $1 million, even if Jericho's a jobber and is booked to job, which means booked to lose, it'll still look like $1 million. But I honestly don't think Chris Jericho is the person that you should put Sami Zayn against. Now you're going to ask me, who then, James? Who would you put Sami Zayn against at Clash of the Champions? Well, at Clash of Champions, it should be Sami Zayn versus someone like, let's say, possibly not Zack Ryder, he's SmackDown. Sami Zayn versus, I don't know, let's say Finn Balor, if he comes back. If he's not that much hurt, but he is, so no. But someone other than Jericho, really. So, I'm about to go in 5 minutes because I want to just do a 5-minute, maybe not even that, maybe a 10-minute show tonight, just as a pre-show before SmackDown goes live on the USA Network at 8 o'clock. But with that said, tonight's episode, I'm expecting it to be none other than spectacular. My opinion, one person only, Curt Hawkins. I've worked some of his matches because I'm a referee. For those of you who don't know this already, I'm a referee. I've been refereeing for 4 years. 10 months in NYWC, 4 years prior. And what I want to say is this. I've worked Curt Hawkins' match on the independent circuits at least once. And I got to say this. Working it, he's a fantastic worker. And he's just that, a fantastic worker. In fact, for those of you that don't know his lineage, He started out before WWE. He started out...
Change.
So yeah, sorry that you were on no noise for like a minute or two. But in my opinion, like I was saying, tonight's going to be spectacular because I was working with Curt Hawkins on the indie scene before he made his return to WWE SmackDown recently. I'm hoping they actually give him a match tonight because I thought last week was bogus, the way they just gave him a promo and that was it. That was his time to shine. I mean, I know from watching Grimm's Toy Show on YouTube that he had a pre-show match on SmackDown, which wasn't televised. But to me, that's bogus. If you're going to promote him and say, Curt Hawkins next week on SmackDown, then give him a televised match on SmackDown on that week. Don't just say, next week, Curt Hawkins, and then give him a video package and say that's it for that week. Nah. So what I'm saying is, WWE better give him a match tonight. Otherwise, I'm just going to say SmackDown sucks and I'm not ever going to watch it again. I'm just going to turn to Monday Night Raw from now on. Because I'm trying to see if SmackDown can change themselves like they did in 2002, 2007, around those eras. Because they were fantastic from 2002 to 2007. They were fantastic. I watched them every single week. And I was like freaking obsessed with Friday Night SmackDown then. But now it's gone downhill and it sucks to watch it, and it's like heartbreaking to watch it because it sucks so much. But what I'm saying is this: WWE has to give Brian a match. Kayfabe. He has to give Curt Hawkins a match tonight. They have to, in my opinion, because why promote him and give him 2 weeks to make a return? Last week they failed on that, in my opinion. Tonight they got to deliver by giving him at least one match, win or lose. Put him on TV in the ring. Even if it's not a match, even if it's just another segment to promote him. As long as he's out there amongst a crowd, it's something that's getting much further to him competing in the WWE ring again. So, I'm going to let you go with this on this topic, and that is give Curt Hawkins a match tonight on SmackDown. Hashtag Curt Hawkins returns. Hashtag Curt Hawkins wrestles tonight. Let's hope that trend can go all over Facebook, all over Twitter, all over Instagram, whatever you can get it on. And let's hope that WWE delivers by giving him at least a match, if not a match, a segment in front of the crowd tonight. Alright, SmackDown is starting right now, and I will talk to you next week for another exciting episode, for another episode of the Balish Wrestling Podcast. Good night, everyone.